Why aren't more people talking about history's most sinister villains? Today we are unmasking Ivar the Boneless, son of Ragnar Lothbrok, who strategically overthrew an empire and brought kings to their knees. Night. Oars stop. England holds its breath. A whisper moves along the coast. Boneless. Not a giant, not a berserker, a planner, a trap setter, a king breaker. Why would the most feared Viking wear a name that sounds weak? Because weakness was the disguise. A nickname crosses the sea before the ships do. Boneless. Some hear weakness. Others hear something worse, a trick. In the age of kings, power isn't only steel. It's stories. Traders pass the word in ports. Monks copy it into lines of ink. Raiders repeat it in alehouses until fear tastes real. If the story says a leader cannot stand, no one looks for the trap he's setting. Why boneless, you ask? 3 paths. The first, a warning ignored. A child marked as frail. The second, loose joints or weak legs, the mind stays sharp. The third, a soft name is a trap. No one knows for sure. That doubt is useful. A label shapes how enemies plan. If they expect a cripple, they prepare for the wrong fight. If they expect a joke, they ignore the contract on the table. That's the point. Weakness becomes bait. Now watch how Boneless takes land without a battle. A messenger stands in King Aella's court. The ask is small. Land no bigger than an ox hide can cover. Peace in return. Bishops want calm. Nobles fear raids. Aella doesn't trust the offer, but signs to buy time. The ox hide is cut into thin strips. The strips tie end to end. They make a long line around a strong spot by the water. Posts go in. Wooden walls rise. A banner climbs the pole. What looked like mercy turns into a stronghold. From that new base, men pour out. Ivar's brothers arrive with hundreds of ships to overcome York. Deals bend. New taxes bite. And when words stop working, axes do. A small promise becomes a campaign. Soon, York feels the weight of the Great Heathen Army, and the fields turn red. Legend says that Ragnar Lothbrok, father of Ivar the Boneless, died in a pit of snakes by Aella's order. His sons swore revenge. So when the longships came, it wasn't just a raid, it was a message. York will pay, and Aella will taste fear. The Great Heathen Army used clear tools: winter camps, horses, treaties, tribute, hostages, and force. In the year 865 to 866, they wintered in East Anglia. Locals make peace and provide horses. In 866, they pushed north and take York before moving on. Towns face hard choices: pay silver, hand over hostages, or face attack. Church writers record raids on monasteries and burned sites. Later accounts say some Christians were pressed to renounce their faith or be killed. Ivar doesn't work alone. Halfdan, his brother, holds the lines. Ubba, his other brother, rides the coast. Watch posts report hundreds of ships, maybe counted, maybe feared. Either way, the sight of sails does the work. Rumor multiplies numbers. Panic arrives before the oars do. First light. The banner faces the wall. A messenger rides into the town with a promise of peace, at a cost. The gates open, not from courage, but from math. A tally is taken. Coin is set aside. A small troop stays behind to watch the road. And from that day, the town moves under new rules. Markets pay a share, roads charge a toll. Church silver becomes war pay. Gates get watchers, fords get scouts. Break a vow, and someone of rank is taken in exchange. Keep the peace, and you get to keep your keys. Fear turns into administration, and administration widens the map. Aella is taken. The order is cold. "Bind him!" they shouted. "Make the king a warning." Later, sagas name the punishment the blood eagle, a ritual where the back is cut and the ribs are spread to look like wings. Chroniclers of the time are brief. Some say it's myth. Either way, the lesson lands. Break a king, and the rest will listen. Sources disagree about what was done to Aella. Chronicles are brief. Later sagas are bold. The truth may be lost, but the message was clear. England can bleed. It's winter, year 865. The ships don't leave. In East Anglia, peace is bought, not won. Horses handed over, food supplied for men who plan to stay. From 866 to 867, north to York, streets fill with steel. Two rival kings fall, Aella and Osbert. The army doesn't wear the crown, it chooses one. A softer ruler is lifted up, Ecbert. He keeps the chair. Ivar keeps the keys. Year 868 in Nottingham. The army sits behind timber and frost. Burgred, king of Mercia, can't move them. He calls Wessex for help. The walls hold. But talks ended. The army leaves with silver, not shame. Year 869 to 870. East Anglia again is raided. King Edmund refuses the terms. He is taken and executed. Scribes note raided churches and blackened beams. Year 873 to 874. Repton. Graves open in the cold ground. Burgred goes into exile, all the way to Rome. In his place, the army seats Coelwulf, a king who gives oaths and hostages. This is what Ivar takes. Not tidy borders, but crowns that listen, roads that pay, and towns that learn to open their gates. Ivar didn't own counties like a lord. He installed rulers, took tribute, kept hostages, and moved the army. In England, control was military and political, not ownership of private land. By year 876, Halfdan, Ivar's brother, is the one who shares out Northumbria to settlers. Plows follow swords. After the earlier campaigns, the trail moves west along the Irish Sea. Alliances now reach toward Strathclyde and Dublin. In the year 870, a long siege breaks Dumbarton. Fleets later return to Dublin heavy with captives. The English records fall quiet on Ivar after this. What's clear is the army's reach, from York to the western coasts. In Northumbria, King Ecbert is later driven out. By the year 876, Halfdan, Ivar's brother, now rules and divides Ecbert's land. Mercia and East Anglia, which once stood independently, now shift again under other Viking leaders ruling. Ivar's influence is real. His personal property in England is not. Power crests. Forts hold through winter. Tribute flows. Roads are watched. Scouts run like veins across the land. The name Boneless opens gates before rams do. For a moment, fear looks like order. But every peak has an edge. If fear can rule a map, what breaks it first? Hunger, winter, or one stubborn mind? If you enjoy such content, please like and subscribe, and let us know in the comment section who you'd like to know and hear of next.